ase Dorcas Kemuma ngoko nyori otubwati ase nsemo ye mitandao ase nsemo area ya Facebook otonyara buna Ndizi TV News Digital koikagali ya YouTube no terebuna Ndizi TV News nabo igo ase a website tubwati buna www.ndizitv.net. Amayia itoni gotoka nyachaga kurase county ya Kisii asiri tukoria kabire nigo abamenye be wodi ya Kyogoro bagendete konyora obowenia abwabosa korwa ase omwe MCA obo okubwatirana n'enyagitari ya Bosongo agati yabali abaikirana n'abagotu abo bagokera obokonyi bokubweni bwa ange nonya nabo nigo osemo teneneri obwe nsemo eyo yo bochenu neki engane yo aseboigo nekiri asa abantu benseme yo bagokera obokonyo bo na kumwakera omwemsi obonga imbi yamono
Dero neli tukulia kabel tuakira asengenje okorora abantu baito nakoba maliogo bosana ese program ya Bosongo kurukwa giving back to the community
na igweto mubere bobe na igwo murwari abaru oburwari mbura iganachi bankonyire bangaira maliogo ngende kwerwari
ende bonoro jengambia ale ntobo gweni yange otorente irubo gweni ga banyagitari baru Bosongo tegwakanira kende bono tonyora maliogo kubwa mono ekerotalo
ikigwase nyasaye agatwa gwolita muchachi gagende tiguturwanire segie nkongu ya maendeleo na bokongu bonde bwesi tubwate kuna nchibwe komonyene na arwara nkagenda ICU hema na ndusiororo na bagente kurusia abantoro bachandegete
nakiri gupima na nyole ngani nyimbo atamanyiga na kurete kibiga konya tukunya kuminyoka guyikitu no kotolinka na sobuye bwako tominga atolete ile dinto amariogo pakanka
muchache nyasamo ke korogorita okorira mange
karatwaroche emartitude y'abantu baje tomuganda bw'abantu Kyogoro abanyagitari bagatema bakarua mariogo bakabariogo bakabantu bonse bagesanika bwata mariogo rero nyandre tokakanga abantu begwoti barire rero buna tuwati nyandre matwanyorra abantu bandende besokire batari nyagitari abange sana tigabaye omwesimi wali bagamuna bandeta komwambi yamona senge chomo atu mwesimi wa worto bari mu cyakiri baga agenda takorore mechando bwate
ekyombe kyabagaga korwa ase ensemo yabo getutu nigo bono babolire omugusi kwene kinganko bwatisia bale abarayi borogongorwa gusi ase oborayi bogendrete elio kwenyorera egeke ekyokere bosio nigo batebe no moseneta bwe county ya Kisii Richard Onyonka nigo abonete kubwatisigwa ase obokorari bwaye bwo kwegerera omwana inchi
eri yeito tubwate buna abagetutu togwetogeria igekorukwa Richard Momoima Bwonyonka onde bwensi ora moire kiara onde bwensi orengera tingachi kobagana abagetutu ngegera chukuna Momoima oino mogetutu akuna na anda amanyengera mobere bo bimono
kabisa
kende gyonsi ondora atake koikumanya abagetutu bonsi pigo bareamo bono ige leader yeito sebo getutu na ando orekeruge kenene kyobo seneta igakorukwa Richard Momoima Onyonka
igore ya Richard Momoima oyu romo senator itotebe senior asenge njorero abairo muraya matuka mange twaroringa esegire kunya libali roro pakeje mata hitobo getutu ndengo sabanga abagitu baminto ntundo basiko baba towatana na kero kende abarayi baito ekero muraya arorekanire ngano murayi bw'ikinguru igabwanite kusirwa bune ntoko tabanga bono Richard Momoima muna senator yaito ya Kisii county engima igabwanite kusikwa nduti atomwa masikani kulingana no burayi bwaye nani garo murayi omugako omuya okwana mangana amaya nando ante kubwate miroberi emiya senyenjo ekerate nako kwana abate banga omurayi okwanire none bintako banga byonsi mbyako panga indwe abagitutu baminta monsi simwabeta abanjali abanyali bana babasi monsi simwabeta paka bagirango tigatosike abarayi baito
abantu baito tomanya ngekerugo tigo gikorendu gyatukekerwa na Momoima ntoroche orogendo ruwa yakogenda na roronga buno rwaise ankyo na bora anyore bogokia encherega neirie
igo twensi pia bagetutu gotoma tenge kerugo tobwate na kiekyo na makongari na kitwate eberambu ya se president ko yae kerugo keria na araira ne maega yo mumuroyo na intwe egera torende bogetutu yeito abana baito bache konyora ase bagutacha tonache chitamachi nyinge se bono iga toinyora abana baito mu Gusii na tete nga karibi ke mutigali abainani mbuya mono.
Abarayi bo mu bwazimio nigo besokire na kugikiria wizara y'uburendi ase okubatoka ogochika kugotuma amachoni gose KDF eri bachikubwatirana amo na banyanyimbo eri kwenekinga nkorenta bare boterero chingaki chokorobekana ime yense aya na igachire chingaki cha oko chokorobekana kwa boigoro ase chiburaburu chenegetigwe ase chinsemo a ime yense kurengana na barayi kurasa bo mu bwazimio bakora uno no moraiwe kyama kya Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka nigo bono bamochirie serikali amo ne wizara yo borendi ase okubwatoka amachone ase kiri batena igo no kugenda mamincha ne richiko lienseto ya Kenya.
Witnessing on a minute by minute cycle is the unveiling of one dictator, William Ruto. Ruto, in his purported address to the nation, failed to acknowledge the cause of the unrest that lies solely in his person. Ruto never condoled the fallen and their families, and instead congratulated the brute police for killing innocent and unarmed Kenyans. This was in the same fashion he did last year, where 75 Kenyans were killed during the maandamano, and he congratulated the police for a job well done, quote unquote. This is the brutal Ruto that we warned the country about even then. In his address, Ruto attempted to suspend the Constitution of Kenya by terming the rights to protest under Article 37 as treasonous and our youth as dangerous criminals. He has gone further to declare martial law and in the process deployed the military and therefore war against his own citizens. Thereby declaring war against his own citizens. This is unacceptable, as indeed it is unconstitutional. Ruto must also tell the nation who these abettors, funders, and orchestrators of the anti-finance bill demonstrations, as he alleged last night, are. If he does not review the names, it means that the hijackings, abductions, and incommunicado detentions will continue. We demand an end to the Gestapo-like abductions, killing.
Ekiombe kia baigereri veri chiko emergency ya Kenya KLSK ni gobono kiaganire ebiombe byogokora obotuki korwa Chinsa chisiko ogocha aiga Kenya gekore obotuki kobwatekana no ogokwa kwa abantu abo babete bagusiria amagimabo abugoro maroba oseigoro obotuko asensemo meyomo chonerobi asensemo ya Githurai 45 asebauta nigo abakenya bo babete bagusiria amagimabo ase enchere sebano bakageire ko baga koraswa amo na banyanyimbo ase chinsemo echo nigo bono batena nigo ere mamincha no ogochika wenseto ya abatuki korwa isiko Chinsa chisiko Kenya na gukora obotuki bakora wano morai obo bwekiombe kyo KLSK fete odhiambo chinga kibalingo kwana ne chinyumba choboraria nigo batana nigo bono barachi kugendera gotina amona bakenya na kwene kinga obotuki bwense bwakorerwe ase abantu bari babeire bakorerwa amamocho chinga kichiga chokorobekana ko kwabago kwene kigwa ama wiki yaita amone iki eyega asituko ryange abugoro ase bono abakenya bange babete bagusiria amagimabo ase okoraswa amasasi amo na abanyanyimbo ase bono barachi kubwatirana amo nechi ebyombe binde kwenekinga abakenya abo banyorire obwene bwabo.
As was once said by Martin Luther King Jr., we call upon the international community to conduct independent investigations on the massacre meted on the residents of Githurai area Nairobi in the night of 25th June 2024. I dare ask, is Githurai a protected area? Is Githurai an area that members of the public should not stay, should not live? Why was there a massacre where people are living peacefully? We demand answers to those questions, and that's why we are demanding the international community to have independent investigations done. Yesterday the internet was down, people could not communicate, but from social media, people have been saying that about over 100 people were killed yesterday. And so we cannot allow those lives to go uncounted, that the people who have caused those deaths to be held accountable. Fellow Kenyans, please note that we are on our own in this struggle. So let us unite in our resolve for justice and peace. Our great nation has prevailed over tough times before. We will also do so this time. None of us will ever forget what happened yesterday. Do not relent. We march forward together in the defense of our constitution. We pray for the repose of the souls of those who died yesterday, as we ask God to grant healing to the sick and injured in hospital across the country.
Chinga kichubo igo nigo baria eira yogo chikwene kianga kurwanira bale obwene bwa Kenya bali basiretie amagimabo abo igo bali batigeretwe chingoma chintinde abo bale ase chinyale ase batebero nigo barachikwene kinga baikire ase ebigambiro nabo igo kuboria ebyombe byo kwene kinga abakenya kichubo igo bamochiri
We stand together seeking justice for all who are killed, injured, including those who lost their properties and valuables. We dare ask that there were demos in Nakuru, there were demos in Nairobi, there were demos in Meru, there were demos in Mombasa. And I say, quite curious, there were demos in Kericho and Eldoret. We are waiting to hear how many were killed in those counties. Yet we can see the scores of deaths that were recorded in other counties. And we dare ask these hard questions that the head of state and his Security Council should answer us. The people of Kenya deserve better than this. And more importantly, we are calling upon the head of this great nation, the father of this nation, His Excellency the President. Remember that Kenya is the country that you're governing. Remember that all these people are your people. If you destroy your nation, you won't have a nation to rule over. We're asking you to change your stance, develop a reconciliatory stance, bring your people together, and ensure that you can heal this nation as one. Let justice.
Abara ikoro ase obomo bwe Chinsa chaisiko amono bomo bwe Chinsa cha Africa nigobono beso kirena korokia omuichano bo kubatikana ne chiburaburu echo chabete chikwene kiwa abugoro ase okorobikana oko kwa korekanete ase Chinsa mo emergency to ya Kenya kolengana na baraboni go batebre nigo bare no muchano ase nse to ya Kenya ase okoboro akomolembe na kwanekia ebikore byo boiti ase abakenya bange babete bagosiria amagimabo abugara asebono baboliri abarayibense cyo Kenya kwene kingo chabale amona kubwatira amona ba Kenya eliokobeka omolembe asenseto ya Kenya.
We're obviously looking at what is going on in Nairobi and in Kenya, where Secretary General is obviously deeply concerned over the reported violence that we've seen connected with these protests and these street demonstrations. He's very much saddened by the reports of deaths and injuries, including journalists and medical personnel. We're also very concerned about reported cases of targeted arbitrary detentions. It is very important that the rights of people to demonstrate peacefully be upheld. As we say anywhere around the world, it is up also to authorities to ensure that those rights are respected and that all incidents of deaths in the hands of security forces be fully investigated, that people be held to account. He urges the police and the authorities and security forces in Kenya to exercise restraint and for the demonstrators to act peacefully.
Mwancho murigeria orobo toro rwa Chinsa cha isiko na baigo bomobwe Chinsa cha United Nations na rura gotoikeria omweri bwa mangana mayo asiba kuganeria abakenya omorembe nechinga kituganyerete omorayi bwense gukwanira enseto ya Kenya seigo tobasa kugenda tambe Ndizi TV na bobwansu bomugusirete ne Dorcas Kemuma tobasa osuka chinga kichinde chonse kurbana omorayi bwense ngo chari gukwanira enseto ya Kenya.